apps like Farmrise for farmers, which you have architected, worked upon, which has been one of your pet works. In emerging economies, how can Indian design studios leverage trends like these on design and sustainability to create a global impact, particularly if I have to ask you, and also see that, how do you actually serve these underserved communities?
I think this was one of the most challenging project for us because I closed this project in the US. Now imagine sitting in one of the fanciest place in the world in an AC room talking about what do farmers need in India. So I came back to India. Then I asked myself, do I know anything about farming? The answer is no. Does any of my colleagues know anything about farming? Everybody said nothing. And I was checking if my father is a farmer, no. If my grandfather is a farmer, no. So basically we know nothing about farming and we were designing something for the farmers. I took this as a challenge and our team traveled across India, interviewed close to 140 farmers from north, east, west, south. And then the most challenging part, right? Until then, Lollipop Design for fintech, fashion, Myntra, Swiggy, Paytm, very fancy brands, and the end customers are all almost tech savvy people. Now suddenly we're designing for someone who doesn't even have a smartphone. Then where do we start from? The best thing is go meet them first. And I made sure that our team, when they met, they spent a day with them and sometimes go and sleep in their house. For us, when we came back, right, some of the insights were so emotional. Our researchers were crying. They were like, this project is going to hit us very hard. And when the outcome of this has to be impact, not just a number of downloads, not just a business celebrating that we achieved our goals. It has to be an impact. And we literally had tears. We never had such kind of an emotion for any other project. With farmers, because one of the farmers that we interviewed, he had a pesticide in his house. And he was from Uttar Karnataka. And he said, look, I just sprayed these pesticides. And next week is when I'm going to get my crops because somebody scared me that there's worms that's going to come and eat your crops, and I'm going to harvest next week. In case if the worms eat, in case if the crops die, I'll consume this pesticide.
Shit, that was a very, very harsh.
Yeah, because his life is dependent on that.
Correct.
Harvest,
we all keep reading about farmers. We all keeping.
And he told me how many people have done that in and around. He told me the number of farmers that died doing that. And they drink that. They hang or they kill themselves.
Very sad, yes.
And we came back to the studio. There's a pin drop silence traveling from there to back to the studio. While going, we were all singing songs, playing Antakshari and all that stuff. While coming back, there was silence. We came back to Bangalore. We went back home. And next day when we met, there's something else going on inside. And this time we were like, this is not a project for us. This is something else that we have to look into it. And the client gave us all the freedom to do it. We won 12 international awards for that.
Wow.
And that's where we went beyond. It was not a very profitable project for us, but still we gave our heart out. Like, let's do it. I think this will change the game for us. And trust me, Bharat, it changed the game for us. After that, the project and the deal size went in crores.
Wow.
Because of that one impactful thing that we did, the deal size, people started believing us, startups started writing big check. Until then it was in lakhs, sometimes in thousands, and now suddenly we are seeing crores.
Wow. That's a eureka moment.
Yeah, you need that. Every service company, listen to this carefully, you need that one project where you give your heart out. The second project was Upstocks. Yes. Which came as this one-liner, and we turned that into one of the leading fintech company. Sometimes you need to tag along with the founders and build that. And you just forget about what the outcome is. Whether it helps your business or not, just do it.
As a founder, I'm so deeply connected now with this conversation because the value systems what we create with companies we come with some thoughts, we come with some actions, and sometimes we get drowned off because of day-to-day operations challenges. Revisiting these things will give us a greater picture into we should not forget our fundamentals. I think that's a brilliant take. I would definitely second what you're trying to tell.